Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leah. This is
Beef.
and today we're doing another Wicked Wednesday.
One. In the middle of the woods. I had no idea.
Growing up, I lived in the middle of the woods.
I see a hole.
Oh my gosh!
Keep going.
No neighbors for about a mile on each side of on the each side, and we own 60 acres of the forest. Then a swamp after that. So basically, I lived in the middle of nowhere. One summer, when I was about 14, I was out in the middle of the woods playing with my dog.
I'm an only child. Both of my parents are out of town. First, why do you live in the middle of the woods? And second, why are you by yourself? This makes some sense.
When I kept feeling something hit my elbow,
Read.
I'd go to throw Max's ball and hit the bump would make me throw it almost straight up. Fish mouth. Um, Assuming it was just me bumping it on a tree.
Touch.
Stop, D. Or something, I ignored it. After the fourth or fifth time, D, stop.
I'm trying to see where you are. I see 2 dots on the
Fourth
screen.
or fifth time of it happening, I thought, well, this sucks. I'll just go home. Walking back, I felt uneasy, and I knew I was just freaking myself out because we were alone.
First of all, everybody thinks they're alone. I don't understand.
About an hour later, Max and I were at home on the couch when the garage door opens, and he starts barking, and barking. I hop up to go let in my mom or dad, even though they were home really early. I peered through the peephole and saw the door was still shut and no one was in the garage.
And don't look around.
Um, quieting Max down, I opened the door slowly and called for my dad. Nothing.
I'll
No
call for my dad
response.
in the house. I'm not going out there.
No response at all, so I go out to check the door and it's still locked. Okay, sure. You're covering the whole thing.
Well, I'm sorry, you be right there, and I'm trying to scrub it down.
Weird, but oh well. Max heard it too, so at least I knew I'm not crazy.
You might be, but
Shut up. You just look like a black smile. um, about 20 minutes later, I hear the door open again, and this time Max starts growling like crazy.
ow, wow.
You would do that.
I was something to do with the first time.
I'm trying to get it like a certain.
Dang, that's right, bro. Okay, trying to be Dame Matt Smith.
Huh?
Go.
No, I'm not. I'm like legitimately trying to like make that episode scary, even though it's light outside.
You know we're still recording, so you need to start reading.
I really don't care at the moment.
She doesn't even know where she is, bro.
I really don't.
I think you're right here.
Yeah. I quiet him down again and just assume it's the wind or something, making noise even though by this point my heart is racing. I hear footsteps come up the stairs and think, oh geez, Dad really is home this time, and hop up and run to the door. It starts to jiggle, so I run faster to let him in. I peep through the hole and even though my hand is loosely around the jiggling handle, there's no one on the other side of the door.
And y'all people gonna run to the door. Our parents over here, they be like, I'm gonna ring the doorbell even though I got the key. I'm gonna make sure that I'm here. Next thing you know, oh, they ain't here. Who is it? You see nobody and you just see the thing wiggling? And you gonna go buy it and you don't hear nobody? No, that's not me.
All you see is just the thing in my eye.
Be like, that's me. Let's go.
Be a man. Anyway,
But I can't because I'm a woman. Let's go.
Terrified, I go and hide on the couch with all the lights on. Cut the lights off.
Why would you go on the couch?
Like literally, you couldn't just like go under a bed or like a table or like under the couch.
Anything in the world would be better than that couch. I understand it's
And not only
comfortable.
that, but you kept all the lights on.
Like, no.
All the lights on. Really?
It's this game. Did you make sure all the windows and the doors were locked?
Don't quote. She's quoting Korean's Kenshin. Love you, by the way.
She's crazy. Let's go.
Max is still growling. About an hour after, I start feeling a little better, even though I'm still terrified. Then I hear the door handle jiggle again. This time, it was Max jiggling it. He needed to go outside, and the only way outside is through the garage. Fantastic.
Now you going on that toilet and you sitting down on that and you peeing right there.
I literally sprint with him to the kennel.
Now you know what that is, but let's go.
And as I'm standing in there, I decide to ask this thing questions. So basically, you're just gonna allow the thing into your life. Basically, that's basically what you're telling me.
Let's go.
To make myself feel better, because I knew it wouldn't answer me. Thinking about what to ask it, my eyes are drawn to a large, heavy oak door on the kennel.
Nope.
It was always open because it was too heavy for me to move easily. I said, "Okay, ghost, if for real, you'll shut this heavy door." Nothing. A minute goes by. Nothing. Max is still sniffing around. I turn around to yell at him to hurry up, and then from behind me, I hear click. I whipped around and saw...
Click, clack.
You don't say clack. You just say click.
Where?
Click.
Oh, you up there? I'm thinking you right here. Dang, I'm done.
Okay, clearly it was just the wind. Wait, no, that's not it. I whipped around and saw the giant door had swung shut and latched. It's time to move.
It's already been time to move. Why would you be in the woods?
The captain called, and he said, "This ain't it."
Don't look at me.
This ain't it. Are we in the middle of the woods right now?
I'm not answering that question.
We gonna die. Okay, clearly it was just the wind. It wasn't really windy, but it was the wind. For sure. It had to be. I proceeded,
Blah,
"Okay,
blah, blah.
ghost, that was the wind. If you're really real, you'll open this massive door back up." Nothing. I relax a bit and then squat down with my head in on my knees.
Don't look away.
Literally. Reminiscing about how lame I was being there's an S. Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Being scared when I hear click clack. The door was wide open now. The wind can't do that, man. Max was done.
Honey, he would have been done the first time. Up here sniffing around. You're gonna sniff around, you behind, stay outside.
So we booked it back into the house, locking every door in the house. For the next 4 hours, I would hear the footsteps on the stairs and the door handle jiggle every few minutes until finally around 11 p.m. my dad walks in and yells at me for wasting electricity. I never told him or my mom about it until about 4 months later when my dad came in from hunting after dark. He looked shaken. I asked him what was wrong. He said he aimed at 2 deer but missed both completely because it felt as if something was hitting his elbow and making him shoot way above the deer. That's when I told him everything. So, basically,
What have you learned?
absolutely nothing.
Bro, cut that out. That's right. Like, I don't understand. Why would you let this into your
Look at
life? I forget which one I'm supposed to do.
D, you have to pause this first.
Pause!
Story 2.
But this thing says 3.
D,
Okay, anyway, let's go.
you're not supposed to answer.
But I want to answer. Okay, let's go. My old coworker had a son that was it. My that hurt.
She's dying.
My coworker had a son that was in his mid-30s and had a son named Hunter. I'm about to say the wrong word.
Mhm.
That
Was
4 or 5. She said that I thought it was a he. That he.
What the heck?
Yeah, look, it says he was in his mid, but it says she. Okay, but that Hunter would have bad dreams. That he would sleep with his dad when he got scared. One night he woke up One night his dad woke up because he heard Hunter calling him, but he was calling him by his name, not dad. So he went to his room. He was asleep, but woke him up and said, "Hunter, were you calling me? Is everything okay?" And Hunter said, "Dad, when they call you, you're not supposed to answer." And felt
Whoa!
and
Who's they?
fell back asleep. He asked them in the morning, and he didn't remember anything. Didn't remember saying it.
I'm about to cry.
I get the chills when I think about it.
I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry.
Story 3. I would always have the same dream. And she putting her hand all the way up there. Hey.
I would always have. Shoot. I did that weird. I'll apologize. I can't read English. I know you ain't talking. Up until I was about 8 or so, I lived in a really old house that since the beginning of time had been bounced around from relative to relative until eventually my mother had handed over the keys. It was basically a poop heap. Get off me.
I don't understand.
Get off me.
I don't understand.
I don't want to say.
I don't care. I will freeze you tonight. I will freeze you tonight.
No, you're not. I refuse. 2 stories, a collapsed balcony on the second level with mounds and mildew all over most of the ceilings. So basically, they wanted you to die. 1 tiny bathroom, and the toilet was outside.
Hot.
Overrun with frogs and spiders, and whatever other kind of hellspawn the Australian outback would throw at us.
That's fun.
First of all, she's scared of spiders.
No, I'm not.
Story again.
I'm not.
I'm gonna take a video of you one day.
No, you won't.
Just being scared of a spider. Watch.
Bro, you should have saw what he did, though. He literally chased me around the house with a grasshopper.
A grasshopper, though, is not a spider.
I don't care. He chased me around. I'm like, help me. Y'all up here laughing at me.
Because it was funny.
Please explain what's funny.
Okay, let's continue. I was terrified as a child, scared of basically everything. I'm much better now. And have much bigger balls than most of my friends.
This is the reason why I'm like this is because of you. But if I do say so myself. Wow.
Nevertheless, I will probably have to put the blame on this old house of mine.
See, I put the blame on her. It's her. Everybody says it's her fault anyway.
I know they do. This makes me sad.
And you think?
I remember as a child that I would always have the same dream. I'd start in the kitchen, no idea how I got there, of course. It was during the day, probably later in the afternoon. Nobody was around, so naturally I'd go looking for my mother and father. I'd go to all of the normal places. Mom wasn't in the laundry shed or the lounge room. Dad wasn't on the patio outside or up the back at the chicken coop. And my sister wasn't around either.
That's a sneeze of a lifetime.
Thank you.
I just do this.
Stop, you're cold. I was starting to get worried, thinking that everyone was gone and they'd left me alone, until I heard a noise from above me coming from the second floor, where the bedrooms are. I'm gonna say bathroom, I'm sorry.
You gotta go?
Relieved, I darted towards the stairs and jumped on the front steps. The first step.
She can't spell. Nor talk.
I can't English, period.
Nor math. Nor jalapenos.
Get away from me with that. We're not doing this again. Then I felt it. There was something on the back of my head making me stop. Legs still raised up as I prepared to move onto the second step. Something telling me that I shouldn't go up there. Of course, this thought was running rampant in my mind. Don't go up there. Don't go up there. Stay down here. Don't go up there. There's something up there. Finally, my leg... Finally, my leg dropped before I could reconsider. I pushed myself up those stairs, and even though I didn't want to anymore, I couldn't stop myself, only slow down. Each step up was taken at an agonizingly slow pace. You can't even read that big word, so don't you do that.
Which one? Agonizing. There, I read it.
You forgot the L-Y.
Agonize.
Guess who was saying English?
We did this last night, bro.
And I wanted so bad just to go back downstairs and find someone. Run to my grandparents' house, and stay with them until my mom was home. But eventually, I rounded the corner, leaving only the few last steps leading up to the floor ahead of me. There was nothing there. I couldn't see anything in the little stairwell. I started getting hopeful at this point. Maybe it's okay. Nobody's here. I was just imagining things, and it's going to be fine. I'm still taking the slow steps up when it appears.
I've been that one person. I don't like running, but I would have ran down them stairs.
I would have hopped my butt down there.
And you would have fell every time you hop.
Something's there. So, I can't actually remember what it was, and I never could after I woke up. It was horrifying beyond belief, and I would always try to close my eyes because that was my thing as a child. If you can't see it, then it can't see you.
First of all,
If it has eyes, it can see you.
that's not true in every horror movie.
Or
And this
film.
woman right here wants me to watch a horror movie that if weak heart they literally
Actually,
said this thing.
one of my friends watched it. I'm gonna have to show you. She says it's not that scary.
Okay. But me, on the other hand, I get scared of every little thing.
It's a horror movie.
Exactly.
Anyway. But I could only see it. Like, no. But I could still see it. I couldn't blink. I couldn't shut my eyes. It was like my eyelids weren't working. I'm gonna make them thing work. I would even try holding my hands in front of my face, but still couldn't block it out. I could see through my hands. What kind of powers you got? And I couldn't do anything. I was frozen, unable to do anything except stare at this thing. All but a meter away from me. Whatever I saw, whatever I did, all those 8 years I was in that house, I had to force myself up the stairs. Can you stop?
I'm not doing anything.
Day or night, it was stop it.
I'm not doing it.
Day or night, it was horrifying. The fact that she's laughing means that she is doing something. Don't trust that.
I'm offended.
You really think I cared?
What I'm doing is this.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're literally touching me in the back, like as if you're trying to like crawl up my
Look at my baby.
crawl up my back.
I can do it.
Don't do that. My mother sighed and tried to reason with me. My father growled at me and called me a coward, and my sister just laughed and said I was retarded. That's so mean though. As a dude.
That's coming from.
That's bully. That's not even cool, dude.
I don't even know where you are. So...
D. Every time I had to go up those stairs, as soon as I hit the top stairwell, I had to stop and make sure I could cover my eyes with my hands, or that I could shut my eyes. Of course, it would terrify me most when I go to blink and wave my hand in front of my face and it wouldn't work, and I realized I was dreaming. But seriously though, that is so mean. The sister called you retarded and then your dad growled at you. At least your mom tried to reason with you. That's so mean.
She wouldn't reason with me at all. She just laughed at me.
That's who?
You.
No, no, I wouldn't. You know I wouldn't.
With certain things, you would.
Not with something like that.
I can feel. I can't touch it yet.
Story 4.
Darkness.
Haunted truck.
I used to have a truck. I swore it had a ghost of a dead baby in it.
That's the scariest ghost. I'm not kidding.
I used to get home late from my job as a dishwasher, and I picked up after I parked. That's not an I.
That isn't. Where you at?
And was sitting by my driveway, and the engine turned off, and I could hear a really faint sound of a baby crying late at night. It was quiet. It was just.
It's used
to make my arm hair stand up on its ends. I don't understand that.
But basically, you like get goosebumps and
like how you always do it every time I
and my hair used to stick up.
I used to get home.
We don't like that.
I used to get home popping out.
Popping.
Pop out the car.
Pop.
The car in fear of hearing it. One night I decided to sit there and listen. Tried to pinpoint the sound. Eventually I discovered that it was indeed not a dead baby. But when I undid my seat buckle, the old spring of the seat belt retracted with a
faint. Right here.
I'm not there. I'm right here.
Retractor. You said that already.
Would slowly start pulling in the seatbelt with a faint creak.
Pulling the belt in. Read English.
You cannot be talking. The thing says Fayetteville. It's Fayetteville. You are trying to correct the thing. Shut up.
It's a robot. I should already know.
Shut up. A faint noise that sounded like wailing.
That was not even a scary story, so I don't even know why we did that one.
I'm not reading another one because I gotta go.
Thanks guys so much for watching. Make sure you like.
Ow. I'm still stuck on Dead Baby. Comment.
And subscribe. And hit that notification bell. Bye.
We have a creaking door. Ow.
Put the crap about Wonderland. Oh, you see, you can smile before you disappear.